Well, hello, everybody. Good morning. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. It's dog treat time first. Let's get that out of the way. Daddy has a doctor's appointment this morning, so we're going to be babysitting. So we're going to hear a lot of dog stuff going on in the background. So looks like Scotty Dog has our virtual kitchen up and running. Thank you, my friend. All right, you guys, let's do dog stuff first, shall we? We're right here. Hello. Look at y'all, her ears. You can't barely see her. There she is. Look at those ears, you guys. They're almost all the way up. We are so excited because she's a big girl. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Do you want your Dave biscuits? Can you guys be seen? Yes, you can. Here you go. Yeah, a girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Do you want yours too? There you go, my friend. Sweet girls. Yes, you're good girls. We are doing so well on the housebreaking, you guys. She is pretty much there. We haven't had but one accident in 3 days, and that's pretty good. You ready to go brush your teeth? There, one for you and one for you. Okay. There you go, ladies. All right. Got that out of the way. How's that? I know a lot of you love seeing the dogs. For those of you that aren't interested in them, just be patient. This will pass, right? Hey, I'm going to shut the baby gate. Hold on a second. Okay. There we go. I want to show you guys. You probably noticed I finished. This is the Fat Quarter Shop's 2024 Mystery Designer Block of the Month. Let's get over there and take a look. It is ready for the long arm. Look at that. So pretty. I am thrilled with it. I got the borders on yesterday. Thank you, Teresa. She says they're precious. There's the little dog in the center there. The designer for that one was Barb from Me and My Sister Designs. This is All Moda Designers made those blocks. So cute. So it's ready for the long arm. Yay! I love getting something accomplished. I was very busy yesterday. Very busy, very busy. Thank you, Georgette. She said it came out beautiful. I'm open to quilting designs for it. I was going to look around and see if I couldn't find like, I would love sweet feathers and maybe some hearts. This just is sweetness to me with the reds and the pinks and the grays and the aqua colors. It's just very sweet and soft and feminine. And so if you have an idea of an edge-to-edge quilting design for it, please shoot me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com, that I can use on my King Quilter 2 Elite. This thing's pretty big. It's going to take up most of the frame of the 10-foot frame, but that's okay. So I think the plan right now is to bye. You want to say bye to say hi to everybody? Bye. Bye. Safe travels, sweetie. Love you. Bye. Got to go to the doctor. Just blood work read. That's what we're getting today. No, nothing bad. And let's see here. I've got something going on that I don't see my comments. There we go. There we go. Now I go. Hearts and swirls, Sharon says. That's a great one. Yeah, so I'm just going to chew on that for a little bit. And I usually look at either intelligent quilting or urban elements is really my favorite. She seems to have so much stuff to do with that. Waywack also does as well. But anyway, so that is something that I normally will just kind of sit on and think about until I get it ready to go. So you gifted yours to a niece, Sonia. Oh, that's nice. So that's really, I love it too. You know, this is the first time I've ever done a mystery block of the month. They gave you a tiny peek of the fabric. That's very thoughtful, Sonia. That's wonderful you did that. And they gave you a tiny peek at the fabric on the picture. It's from the Fat Quarter Shop. And so I really didn't know what it was going to be. If I had seen this quilt in a shop and it was kitted, I probably would have passed it by. It's not really my style, but I just wanted to do it. I love the colors, and I knew it was houses, and I didn't have a house quilt. Well, now that I've got it and I look at it and it's gorgeous, this isn't something that I would use. So what I think I'm going to do with it, once I get it all quilted and finished, is I'm going to donate it to my Daughters of the American Revolution chapter. And they have it's called San Antonio Area Regents Council. They do a annual fundraiser where it's silent auction and whatnot. So I'm going to donate that to the DAR, and I think that will be that'll be good. So anyway, yeah, that way they can use that to help our patriotism. Fat Quarter Shop has too much pink, Yolanda. Well, I know they love the reds and the pinks and the aqua, don't they? They absolutely do. So yeah, I'm going to donate it to that. That way, it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've been in the DAR since I was 18. So my national number actually starts with a 6. That's how old I am. For those of you that are in DAR, you know what I'm talking about. All righty. So, oh, it matches your house colors. Nice. Nancy, that's gorgeous. Yeah. So anyway, all right. I did a lot of stitching yesterday. So I finished the wall hanging that is going to be part of our members only videos yesterday, and it turned out just adorable. I absolutely love it and can't wait to show it to you. So that video will be out by the end of the week for members only content. And then also yesterday afternoon, I did 2 blocks at one time for the house. Okay, look at those. Didn't that turn out beautiful? They still need cut up, obviously, and sewn together, but I'm just getting these blocks done. So I did 2 at a time and made sure they had background quilting on them. I grabbed a piece of fabric that out of the line, this little sun right here, that's actually Prim. And I can't wait. We are going to do the Prim quilt. Let me show you again. We need to get pre-orders in so that, let me go to 2 Chicks Quilting so that you guys can see. It's an adorable applique quilt. We're going to do it together. It's not snapplique, it's just applique, okay? And you can cut your pieces on the scan and cut, and that's what I'm going to do. So let me, well, I know I showed you this yesterday, but let me share my screen with you so you guys can see. I have a link below in the description box for the pre-order. The fabrics don't get here and USBs and all that until November. So it's shipping in November. And for those of you who already ordered it, they are offering the rulers that go with it to trim up the blocks based on your size that you're going to make. It comes in 3 different sizes or 2 different sizes. I think it's 3 different sizes. So if you've already ordered the USB and the fabric and you want to add the rulers, put them in your cart on the website here. Hold on, let me get down to that. You go to Fabric and Kit and down to Power Tools with Thread is how you find it. Okay. So here is Prim, but here are the rulers. These are for the cute cut rulers to trim this up. Okay, and let me click this and show you what this is going to look like. It's just adorable. Hold on a second. I got to get the page to, there we go. Look at that. Y'all, I'm babysitting and we have doggy play in the background. So if you don't have a scan and cut, that's okay. You can do it the old fashioned way. And that's actually what I'm going to do today on these houses to show you how I do that. But I'm going to cut all of these out with the scan and cut. But you don't have to create the embroidery design. That's an applique. This is already digitized and ready to go as an applique quilt. So just wanted to show you guys that. Let me get over here. That's what the whole thing looks like. Y'all, this angel up here in this top right corner, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Just so pretty over the flowers. So, so cute. And the cat, I love it. That's going to be a lot of fun to put that together. Again, that is shipping in November. And we're going to start probably in December. We'll start the first block. And you can go at your own pace, but I'm going to try to get a block a week done and have it ready before spring, right? So that'll be nice. Awesome. Is there any way you could do the 3 stars the traditional way? I'm not, let me see, what are you talking, is that in Prim? Oh, are you talking about in Autumn Love? Yeah, absolutely. Of course you can. Yeah. Quilt Wench says, stop tempting me. Well, just get the thing, girl. That'll solve that problem. We're going to have a good time and you're going to be able to see it. It's very, very cute. If you don't, if you have a load of Lori Holt fabrics like I do, then you can go ahead and just use up your stash. Just get the USB and the rulers. Okay. Oh, and I was telling y'all about the rulers. If you already have ordered the kit and the USB, you can go back on the page, order the ruler, okay, or the rulers, and put in their in-store pickup, okay? And if it gives you the chance to leave a note, put add to current order. And they are matching up those rulers when they come in with the, because Riley Blake offered the rulers after the fact, after some of you had already made orders. So I am so thrilled with the customer service from Two Chicks Quilting. Julie and Nicole are the 2 chicks, and they are going to match up those in-store pickup, which you're not picking it up. They're going to add those rulers to your online order and send that out to you all in one batch so you don't have to pay additional shipping. How nice is that? That's a lot of work to do on the back end, and I just love them for that. That's why they are my primary kit creators. So, Lisa, new member. Thank you, my friend. Made it. Yay. All right. All right. So I'm going to get my coffee off my desk right over here. I'm going to grab that. Oh, my goodness. And I'm going to get to working with Embroidery and show you guys how I did this. Now, my plan, I'm going to do 2 more blocks. So this is, I am doing mine Quilt As You Go. Okay. So I have Designs by Juju's Magic Mesh and the Lofty Soft batting. I am loving Lofty Soft for in the hoop projects. Oh my gosh, you guys, it makes such a difference. Look at how pretty those stitches are. Can you see that? Look how perfect and pretty on the roof points and on the star. Would you look at that? It's just gorgeous. How about those sun around the sun? Just beautiful. So, oh, hi, Dave. Hold on. Somebody's chewing on something they shouldn't. Okay. You got some Lofty Soft, Cheryl? Good for you. I am thrilled with the quality of stitch out that I'm having with this batting and this stabilizer. I know a lot of you say you have stabilizers you need to use up. That's great. I am going to be using this from now on. This is it. I am just thrilled. So the plan today, since I did this yesterday, and I'm doing it on my multi-needle, and I don't have the multi-needle set up yet for the right threads or anything, because after I stitch this, I stitch something else. So what I'm going to do is pull up this design, remove these 2 blocks so that the background quilting is still there, and add 2 more. So that the background quilting is going to look all the same in all the blocks. And that way it'll kind of marry up. So I did not edit these at all, except to get rid of the outside tack down. That tack down stitch. Now, this inside stitch right here, this is my sew line. I'm going to stitch right inside that sew line. And you can see I went ahead and left those bits that go into the seam allowance. Okay, those are left in there, and that's fine. No big deal. It'll work out just fine. So long as I stitch inside that sew line, everything's going to come out just fine. Okay. So, alrighty, let's see. Let me put this aside. Let's get into Embroidery. I need to make sure that you guys are going to be able to see the finder. Yes, you are. Okay, good. So we're going to do an infinity screen for just a second. Bear with me here. Y'all, I got the nicest email yesterday. A lady, her husband was diagnosed with very treatable cancer, but he has 20-some treatments of radiation he has to go through several times a week. And many of you know what that misery is like, and I can truly appreciate it. I had to take my father-in-law to his radiation treatments as well when he got sick back in 08. Matter of fact, I took 2 weeks, 3 weeks off of work to go up to Manhattan, Kansas, and be with him and help him, because his wife was like this big. She's teeny tiny. She weighed 90 pounds soaking wet, right? She couldn't get him in and out of the wheelchair. I digress. Anyway, so this lady sent me the nicest email, and she said, I just love your morning show because I go to treatments with him and I get back and put him in bed and he's resting, and it's just my normal. And that just touched my heart. That is one of the reasons I started this Stitchuation Room live every day, is to create a normal. I've said it before. When I was a little girl, my mother watched, her story was The Edge of Night. Remember that soap opera? And during that half hour, I was not allowed to, I had to play outside or quietly in my room. I wasn't allowed to bother her unless I was like dying, right? And she was adamant about that. And that was her 30 minutes of peace where she could keep up with her story. And so she was so, that was such a thing for her, that just like Saturday morning cartoons were for me, that I was like at that age, right? And so I thought, well, let me create that. And that's one of the reasons I did that. And I just, so when she wrote me that, she said, it just gives me, I sit down with a cup of coffee and I watch, and y'all, it touched my heart. I almost teared up. And it just, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's not the only email like that I've received. And, you know, and then I get emails like their spouse passed and they're numb and they can't sew, but they turn this on. And then maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months later, they start to get back into their normal. And it doesn't heal the heart, but it certainly puts a Band-Aid on it. So that was very nice. Thank you so much for that email. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. You just finished 30 days of radiation. Bless your heart, sissy. Prayers. Okay, let's hope it was successful. All right. Oh, really? Linda says, Edge of Night's character was named Nicole, and that's what you named your daughter. Nice. Love it. All right, you guys. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. We're going to do an infinity screen for just a second here. Let's do this. And I'm going to entire screen, this one. We're going to do that. And I think I can do this. And now I need to get into Embrilliance. And let me get my phone so I can see what you're seeing, just to make sure I don't do something goofy. Oh, y'all, that Book Buddy saved me $12 today because I almost bought another pattern. And I was like, wait, let me see if I have that. Yay. And it worked. Let me get to YouTube. Okay. And search and my channel. There we go. Turn that all the way down so I don't hear myself. All right. Good, good. Okay, so there we go. So since this is already built for my 10 needle, then what I'm going to do is just open up this, just going to open this up. And I want to, let's see, this is my background quilting right here. So I'm going to highlight this one and go all the way down to the bottom, hold down the shift key, this, and just hit delete. So there we go. Now I don't have to bring the background quilting back in. So I'm going to do this like this for all of the house blocks. Okay. So now I'm going to go, I've got them on my USB here. Let me go to my binder, and I need to find those house blocks. Let's see, I have this on gallery. How come? Let me see. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. There we go. And where are the ones that I want? Let me see here. I have to find those. Okay, so there's the first two I did. I want this one, and I'll hold down the shift key, and this one, and I'm going to drag them both onto the screen. There we go. So they're smooshed on top of each other. Not a big deal. Okay. All right. And I'm going to highlight over here in the objects panel. I'm just going to highlight the chimney one. Okay. And move it over. Move it over. I'm just going to use the arrow keys. I'm going to make sure it stays on top of that background quilting. Okay. And then this one, and move it over. Let me see if this will work. I'm using 8x10 background quilting. Best laid plans, you guys. That's not going to work. I need to use 8x12 background quilting. Okay, so, yep. Yeah, see down here at the bottom of the screen, it says selected because I've got the background quilting selected, and it says 10 3/16 by 7 13/16, essentially 8x10. So I need to do 10x12 background quilting. So let me delete that. I need to get these houses apart so that they don't stitch on top of each other. There we go. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to select that outside, that basting stitch. I don't want that. I'm going to hit delete on that one because all I really need is that inside stitch line. And I'm going to open this one up. Y'all, Embroidery has a coupon right now through the 14th of 10% off. So I'm hit delete. What I'm doing right now can be done in Embroidery Essentials. Lady wrote me today and said she has Designer's Gallery and she's amazed at how much they look the same. That is because the software developer for Embroidery is the same guy who developed Designer's Gallery. And if you have Designer's Gallery, you can download Embroidery, which the download is free, okay? And then you can register your Designer's Gallery serial number, and it will activate Embroidery because it's all the same thing. So that was very nice that they allowed you to do that. Okay, let me, Designer's Gallery was the preferred software at the time back in the day for Baby Lock. All right, and when the Baby Lock contract ended, Brian Bale went out on his own and created Embroidery. Okay, so I need to get the 8x10. Oh, my girl. I don't know. Let me see. I need to change to list. Let's see. Nope, not here. Oh, that's my documents. I wonder if it's on this drive. I am looking for background quilting. Nope, not here. Where did I put that? Is it on my desktop? See, guys, I'm a mess. I swear, yep, there's Autumn Love. And I put the background quilting in here. And I want, it's Acorn 2, PES, and right here. And I want the quilting only files, not the as you go. Hoop fillers. This is from Designs by Juju. And I want the 8x10 horizontal. I'm just going to grab it and drag it in. Okay, great. And I'm going to select it and rotate it. So I'm going to come up here to the rotate 90. That's perfect. And I want that to stitch before the houses. So I'm going to right click, move first. The beautiful thing about the quilting backdrops is that they're all the same scale. So these acorns that were in the 8x10 are the exact same size as the acorns that are in the 8x12. That's really nice. All right, this looks really good. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to tell it file, save stitch file as, and houses 2 combo. We'll just do that. Let me control to the beginning, AL for Autumn Love, PES. I'm saving it on my USB drive. Okay. Now I can eject my USB drive. Let me go down here and click the little eject button. I'm on a Mac, you guys. That's why it looks different. Okay. And now that it doesn't say no name anymore, I'm done, and I can take my USB and go over to the multi-needle. All right, I'm waiting for that to end on there. I'm gonna put this in my machine here. All right, stop sharing. There we go. How about that? The red cup. Y'all, this mug is a swig mug, and it's in the Fat Quarter shop. Maybe they might be sold out, but this was custom for the Fat Quarter shop. Everybody loves these. When I was out teaching this summer, I saw people walking around with these, and it was very cool. And they'll tell me, I got this because I saw it on your channel. So, oh yeah, y'all. So Betsy, that's a thing. I can tell y'all this because I do not work for any dealer or any kind of, I am a Brother baby, but I don't work for Brother. Any of you who have embroidery software, I want you to notice that when you go to save, there is an option for every single home embroidery machine format. So all software saves to all home embroidery machine formats. When you buy a machine, the dealer wants you to say, they'll say, this is the software for that machine. That's not technically true, and Embrilliance proves that. So you use what works best for you. But I can't tell you how many people have embroidery, thousands of dollars of embroidery software. I'm turning you guys around. Hold on, we're going to go for a little ride. Thousands of dollars of embroidery software, and they find Embrilliance, and they're like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to use this anymore because Embrilliance is so stinking easy. Hey, do you see how clean and neat my cabinet is with all of my patterns? Look at that. That is so nice. Almost everything is cataloged in my Book Buddy. That is a app for Apple. If you have an Android, I believe it's called My Bookshelf, I think. What are you guys chewing on? Hold on. Hey, no, let me have that. What is that? You can't chew on that. No, you can't have that. That's cellophane. That's not for dogs. What is this? No. Oh my gosh, you guys. Puppies chewing on cellophane and pulled this fabric from somewhere. I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't change your ways, Missy. Don't look at me with those cute ears. I'm not falling for it. There was a on Wander Lane Fat Quarter on the floor before. It's my own fault. That stuff's down near her. Okay, so if it, oops. Look at that. I'm falling for it. I know. Fabric thief. But it's completely my fault because my fabric is in bins and it's down on her level on the lower. So I think I'm going to have to raise some stuff up until until we're through this stage. Y'all, when we had Harley, when she was a puppy, that was my 3-legged dog that passed last March, March 24. I should have invested in rawhides. The thing with dogs, no, they don't confess. No, she's sitting there looking at Frito like Frito did it, and I know better. But the thing with dogs, when you tell them no, you have to redirect them to something else. You can't just say no, and then they're like, well, now what do you want me to do? And they're going to find something to do, probably where you're going to yell no again. So I would tell her no and take the crock out of her mouth and give her a rawhide instead until she figured that out, right? Whew. I know. Oh my goodness. She's really good. She has learned, do you want a TREAT? She's figured that out and she comes running. And then she certainly has figured out the NO word. Yeah. All right. She's laughing her butt off looking at Frito. Frito's like, not me, and you know it. Okay, you guys. So let's get into this here. I have already hooped my fabric and the batting and the stabilizer. And as a matter of fact, this piece of it here was actually a little bit left over from yesterday's stitch. You can kind of see the stitching right there. What are you doing? Those are cords and you're not allowed to have those. She wants to go under the machine. She'll move as soon as Spanky kicks in here. So I put the USB in. I'm going to go to the USB icon and I'm looking for those two houses. Let's see. I already did these two. I think it's this one right here. Yes, that is what I want. I'm going to tell it set. All right. So like I said, I have not gone through. I haven't pre-cut my pieces. I haven't set my threads. I haven't done anything. I know that I don't need, y'all, what color is the, what color is that chimney? I did not look at the book. Let me see here. I've got to find, I got to find the fabric for that chimney. So this is how I roll. So dealer on software. Yeah. Dealers love for you to buy software. Software companies love for you to buy software for sure. Yeah. But truly, if you're, you know, this is just me to you guys. If you're going to buy an embroidery machine and your dealer says this is the software that you need, ask them, do you sell Embrilliance? And they're not fond of doing that. They probably do, but they don't want you to buy that. There's no money in that for them. None at all. None. So just tell them you'll think about it, right? Or if you're given the option of a +1, well, you can have this software for free if you buy the machine, right? Maybe instead you could get another hoop for free and then buy Embrilliance Essentials for $139, right? Yeah, instead of $1,100 for whatever software they want you to buy. That's just me to you, because Embrilliance is going to work on your machine regardless of the brand, I promise. So it is so much cheaper, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars cheaper. Yes, I know. All right, you guys, I need to find the color of that, the chimney. So I need to get back into my instructions. Is it on my desktop? Autumn Love, yes. Let me share this with you so you're not talking to my neck. Hold on. Share my screen. I think not that one. Entire screen. Yes. Okay. I want you to be able to see exactly what I'm doing here. So, oh, I've already got that. I need to go up to Finder and right here. Where's I need the instructions. There it is. Okay. I need the color on that. Oh, it's like a dark brown. Okay. I can see that. Let's go. Did you know on this PDF right here, you can just click on whatever it is you want to see. I'm going to click on house tiles. It take you right to it. And it's 90 some pages. So going on down here, I just did those yesterday. There it is. It's that brown. Okay. I have that brown. I got to dig it out. And I have all of that fabric already here and ready to go. Perfect. And then the next one, I have all of that here and ready to go. Okay, I just need that brown. Got it. All right. That's what I do. So let me go over here and get the fabric for Autumn Love. It's in a separate bag. I got to get this quilt up away from the floor, or that's going to be a disaster. Isn't it, Missy? Yeah. I spent too much time and money on that quilt. Digging around, y'all. This is all my autumn love fabrics I pulled for this. And I have it pretty close right here. This will work. I'm looking for that dark. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's the fabric for the chimney right there. Okay. Awesome. Look out. Dottie. Beep, beep. She has to learn beep, beep. Frito's learned it. Frito's like, what do you want me to move for? I'm sitting here being good. Okay. So, first things first, I have got to tell the machine what spool to use and when, and this is when I change out my threads. Dottie, you're in the cord. Careful, baby. I don't want her to get hurt. Okay. Y'all didn't see that. Oh my God. Elaine did that for me. It's hilarious. So I'm going to hit edit end, and I've got these 3 spools here, and these 3 spools right there is the embroidery thing is highlighted. If I touch that, it's going to start to want to stitch. So right now we're not yet in embroidery mode. I'm going to touch my 3 spools, and the first spool is my background quilting, and that is on spool number 1. The color that's already there, which is this one right here, is ready to go. Let me turn this so I can see a little bit better. Yeah, that's good. All right. And once this finishes stitching, it's going to go to number 2. And that is the smoke. And that is on spool number 10. Okay. And I've got a preview right here to tell me what it's going to stitch. It's got 30 color stops. And this is the stitch order on this side. And these blocks right here, 1 through 5 and 6 through 10, correspond to the spools on the back of the machine. Let me get you in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And you can see the spools. Okay, there we go. That looks good. So the smoke, I have the spool already on number 10. It's already there. This is a placement line, looks like for the chimney. We'll do that on number 10 as well. Okay. And after the placement line goes down, the next stitch, now this machine reads from right to left, not from left to right. So instead of telling it stitch and stop, I want it to stop and stitch. That's the most confusing thing about these multi-needles from Brother, is you have to tell it when to stop. Okay, so after it stitches this, there's the tack down. Okay, before it stitches the tack down, I'm going to touch the hand, and the hand comes up right here to tell it to stop, and then it's going to stitch the tack down. Then I'm going to pull the hoop, trim away the fabric, and then put it back in. And okay, so that, is that right? Let me see. Smoke. No, I don't want that to stop there. That's the placement line. This is the tack down. Stop, then stitch number 10 again. Okay, and it's changing the color here, the spool here. There's the placement line for the house. I want, after this tack down, I need it to stop so I can trim away the fabric. So before it stitches the placement line for the house, I need it to stop so I can trim away the fabric. And the house is going to stitch with spool number 8. I've got a color on there that works. Okay. Tack down for the house. I need it to put the fabric down first. I want it to stop and then stitch with number 8. And then on this one, before, this is the placement line for the eave. Something, I hear a noise. What do you have? No, no. What is that? No, no. What are you doing? Those are not for you. No, ma'am. They're not for you. Where? Come here. Here, chew on this. Yeah, you can't have that. Zip ties or Velcro ties. Yep, that's what we were chewing on. Yep, story of my life. This is crazy, y'all. She's bored because Frito's not playing with her. Okay, let's see. Before it stitches this, I need it to stop so that I can trim away the house fabric. And then that eave is going to be spool number 3. Placement line. Tack down. Stop. Spool number 3. Let's scroll down a little bit here. Do you see this? Yeah, this is nuts, y'all. Absolutely nuts. I've got cords that I want to make sure I can see y'all's chat while I'm doing this. Ugh, okay. Let's keep going. So, spool number 3. And then the outline of the chimney is number 10. Before it stitches that, I need to stop so I can trim away the fabric. Spool number 10. Okay, and that is going to be spool number, do I have the thread on? I think I do. I think I do. This is all my fabrics back here. 2. Yep. Yeah, that's spool number 8. That's just a little tiny piece of the house right there. All right, and the eave is spool number 3. See, this is really nice. Once it gets into doing all of these satin stitches, it doesn't need any help from me at all. I can just let it do its thing. All right, and that is the outer stitch line for this block, and I want that to be spool number 8. Okay, and we're going to start all over again on this one. I don't know. Oh, that's a piece of the house, number 8. Okay, that's a placement line. Halfway through 14 of 30 of these. You see, you guys, this is what you do. You have to go through all of this. You got fabric thieves too? Cheryl says she's too lazy to program this all in and puts it on manual. You can just do a stop after each single one of these. Yeah, and then I'm not programming in stitches, okay? I'm just telling it what color. I don't program the colors in ahead of time. All right, I need you to stop and spool number 8. There is a placement line for one of the shutters. That is spool number, so I don't have that thread on here. I'm going to take this green off because I don't need the green. Okay. And this is the color for the shutters. So what I do is I'm going to put this on here. I leave a nice long tail, okay, from the one that I cut that's already on there. And then I'm going to tie a knot and pull this and just tie that so that they're together, okay, and drop it. And then, oh, you guys couldn't see that really. Now what I'm going to do, because that spool is going to be changed, I'm going to grab the thread on spool number 4, and I'm just going to pull it through until the new color comes through, okay, and leave it be. Just let it hang. And then I will put all of the new threads on. I'll put them in the needles right before I stitch. But this lets me know that I have a thread that has got a needle that has to be threaded. That's how I do that. Just an easy way for me to figure that out. Okay. All right. So after this is spool number 4. After that stitches, I need it to stop so I can put my fabric down. There's a tack down. That's spool number 4. All right. And there is the outside of the window, and that is spool number 3. I don't know if I need that to stop. I'm going to put it there anyway, just in case. Better safe than sorry. Placement line for the roof is spool number 3. All right. And before it goes on, I need it to stop for the tack down, spool number 3. Once you figure out how this works, you can just whiz right through it. That is spool number 8, little bit of the house. Okay, there's my window. Do I have, yes. Window is spool number 5. Yes, placement line, okay? Before it goes on, I need it to stop so I can put my fabric down, and spool number 5. Tack down. There's another placement line for a shutter. I need it to stop so I can trim that away on the window. Spool number 4 for the shutter. And tack down, put the fabric down, spool number 4. Okay, and there is outside tack down for the first shutter, spool number 4. And these are all having to do with, that's number 4 already. Getting there, 27. Shutters. Stop so I can trim, fold that over, make sure it's right. That is all spool number 3. And the final outside stitch is spool number 8. Programmed. Okay. Hit embroidery. Right, wrong, or indifference, you guys. I'm going to just watch this thing and babysit it and make sure that it is stitching the color that I want. Now, if it stitches the color that I don't want, because I wasn't paying attention, the nice thing is I can go back using the needle plus minus button and just stitch over it with the right color. There's a magic wand on here for you to be able to do that. All right, so I'm ready to get going. The 10 needles intimidating, Nancy? You'll get it. Alicia, you're going to watch it as a refresher. Girl, this is the big one. This is a big design because I put 2 of them together. It's actually 3 designs because I merged in the background quilting and then both house blocks. I could have done a color sort, which is what I did yesterday, and that worked okay. Meh. All right. I need to thread needle number 4. It's going to move the head over to the spot where the needle threader comes out. Yeah, you can see. Okay. All right. We are ready to go. Excellent. And tell it okay. And lock. Oh, no, wait a minute. I got to put a drop of oil in there today. I did yesterday before I started. I need to do it again real quick. So that's actually underneath, right under here. And let me pull the bobbin out. Who's outside, Frito? I got a pretty good new bobbin in there. These are those Filtech magnetic. Y'all, when you use these, make sure the little magnet part is to the metal part of the case, not the open part. Okay. And I'm just going to put a drop of oil in there. 1 drop, all I need. And I have a little extra piece of batting to kind of blot it out a little bit so I don't get oil. And I'm going to rotate the hook. Somebody's outside. And it's circling the hook. Good. I know that's backwards. I don't care. It works. Not a big deal. Put this on. This is a handy quilter oiler. I love it for my embroidery machine. Absolutely love it. Let me put, y'all don't accidentally not put the bobbin in. That's a hot mess, let me tell you. How do I know that? Boy, you want to talk about a mess. You have to take this whole thing apart. It's a disaster. All righty. Lock and go. Let's get our background stitching done. There we go. Very cool. All right. Go, Spanky, do your thing. I can sit over here and visit with you guys. I love the noise canceling on this. You can't hardly hear that machine. You don't think I'll ever be troubled with dementia? Probably not. Neither one of my parents. No, my father had it. My father had it. Yeah. Thanks, Sonia. Yeah, my father, but I think, because neither one of his parents had it. I think he had his kidney removed when he was 71. And it was that last, when he came out of the anesthesia after having his kidney removed, he just wasn't the same. So general anesthesia at an advanced age, if you can avoid it, yeah, he just wasn't the same. So you got Zoom today? Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, that 10 needle is loud, but these, if you guys are going to be doing YouTubing, these are called Hollyland. This is Hollyland. And it has, inside, you get this little piece here you can connect into a phone, okay? And then it has 2 of these mics so that I could have somebody with me. We could be talking together. And then this other hole over here on this end holds the receiver. See that? It's a Bluetooth receiver. It works great. So Dottie's fine with the noise. Thank you for asking, Vicky. She sleeps through. Listen, if you're going to be a dog in my house, you're going to have to live with me, right? I'm not living with you. Not until she's older. But she sleeps right through me sewing when I was putting those borders on yesterday. It's like it just puts her out, which is kind of nice. So do I have a stool to sit on beside it? No, I don't. I usually let it do its thing and I wander around or, you know, play with fabric or whatever. I don't know. But I have a desk right here and my sewing machine's right over there. So if it's an all embroidery design that doesn't require my attention with applique, then I'll just go sew while it's doing its thing. Okay. So it is doing the placement line. What's it doing? No, more background quilting. Okay. Oh, it just quit and jumped around. Okay. Lynn says, same here. My dogs live with me, not the other way around. That's right. Yeah, if you're going to live with me, you have to deal with me. And I'm always doing this or single needle or sewing, or maybe I'm just sitting there quietly computing. And there's that. What does the bottom of my shirt say? And it's printed crooked on purpose, y'all. So if someone tells you you have too much fabric, stop talking to them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. This is from Allie M. Tees. And she's going to be at the Houston show this year. So if you're going to be there, stop by her booth and pick up some shirts. That'd be awesome. Yeah. We have not had a thunderstorm, Tina, to see about how she deals with that. I think she'll be fine because Frito sleeps through them. And when she sees that Frito is not upset about it, then it's okay. We don't get all wigged out at thunderstorms. So a lot of times, y'all, dogs take their cues from you. So if you might not even be nervous about thunderstorms, but if you're afraid the dog might be nervous about thunderstorms, then the dog senses that and they're going to be afraid of thunderstorms. So when we have a thunderstorm, I just ignore it, you know. Yeah, Jack Russells get terrified. Oh my goodness, I know. So, all right, you guys, I got a note from Yazzie Bags yesterday that those of you that ordered the big quilting kit, it's a big, huge, right? It's really deep to hold an entire quilt project in one bag. Quilt project bag, that's what it's called. Okay. The container that it is, so they're made in India, and certain things from India are tariffed. And so all containers that come in from India have to be inspected by Customs and Border Patrol. So they unload all of those big shipping containers. I think, I don't even know which shipyard this one came into. Probably Norfolk. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So all the container comes in and then they have to take them off, the ones from India, and inspect everything. Now, Yazzie Bags are not tariffed, which is nice. Only certain products are, and they aren't one of them. So the Yazzie Bags, that container was emptied. Everything has been inspected. And now it's all got to be put back onto another container and shipped to Paducah. So that is in the works. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, our hour is up. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. They're very happy. Everything passed customs. So now they're being packed back up. They hope within a week it'll be in Paducah. And then those of you that pre-ordered the Yazzie Quilt Project bag, you'll get either an email notification or something, or it'll arrive in the mail. All right. Are we done? Yeah. What is this? More background quilting. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to finish these 2 blocks and have them ready to show you tomorrow and do some more stuff here in the room. This is so exciting. Awesome. Yeah, I know, Linda. I'd freak out with a lightning fireball too. My goodness. I love you guys, and I hope you get some time in your sewing room today to be able to at least get some stitching done. When I get finished here, now that that quilt has the borders on, I'm going to cut out up on the rooftop, or at least get 1 row of it cut out, okay? I'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and join my membership for members-only content. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.